Welcome back. This is going to be so juicy, only because I literally have looked at this spread and I'm like, there's more than meets the eye here. And I'm going to explain the reasons why. For those of you that don't know, I am a psychic medium, clairvoyant, intuitive astrologer, and twin flame coach. If you do need a booking, you can go to the link below. And we do directly have our Sage in a Circle network landing platform there also. Now, I literally looked at this reading and I was like, okay, this is not of the nature of the divine feminine. I can see that there's a movement. And then just looking at this, I was like, okay, this is a little bit Lilith. This is a little bit shadowy. What's going on here? This is like, it's almost like, this is how I was receiving the message. We've got the card up here, which is quite Mars in nature. And it's to do with the things you do, the give and take, the reciprocity, all the rest of it. And I was like, yeah, okay, I get that part. Now we're looking to the past. We have and I was like, oh, shit. And look, don't get me wrong. I've been here myself. I may end up being there again. Unleash your creativity. Now, why am I saying this? This is a look at the bottom row. We've got the selling out. Like, you have a plan. I know what you're planning. And I was like, why is this coming through? This could be a pre-warning. Now, I looked at the astrology and I was like, why the hell am I gauging this like it's a karmic read? But not in a negative way. This is like, you guys have got to understand where you are on your path in a woke state, however far you are along the path. You have such wisdom and skill. Every process of failure gives you, look at this, I'm so cold as ice. I'm cool. I'm thinking about it. I've had some unresolved things. I've got some things I want to get off my chest. Look at this, planning, okay? You want to mess with me? Bring it, okay? This is like, wow. Now, it wasn't making sense to me. It wasn't making sense. I went, there's got to be something in the transits. Now, I sat there, I looked at the transits, like, yeah, not really. And I went, the energy of Jupiter? No. Because we do have the Sagittarius moon. And I went, oh, God. It felt like a significant retrograde. And many times what can happen is we are directly feeling the energy before the retrograde. So I went, oh crap, is Juno going retrograde? Because literally you are looking at this read and you're like, oh, shit, I'm scared now. I'm looking at this going, this is like forging a plan. This is like, all right, I know how to sort this out. Okay, you're going to mess with me, I'm going to mess with you. What is Juno? It's Judgment Day, okay? It's Judgment Day on anything. Now, it's moving. Googled it, okay? Juno retrograde on the 26th, largely in Aquarius and Capricorn, which I will double check that because I don't always naturally trust it. Sometimes it's really hard online to actually accurately find the physical dates. However, date, June 6, 2026. Okay. And where Juno enters Aquarius on March the 29th and goes retrograde on June the 6th. Now, how can we experience Juno? It so makes sense. This whole year makes sense in some disgusting, messed up way. We're having Venus retrograde. It's in Scorpio. Well, what does Juno do when it goes into Aquarius? Where is Aquarius? It's in Pluto. It goes to the underrealm. It's like, I am unhashing some shit you did to me. Your nervous system, you need to look after. But it can be contracts like hidden agendas. Who's with you? Who's against you? Wanting change, really over the non-change. And, Pluto's retrograde. So we are going back to go forward. We're going back to go forward. This can be you initiating circumstance that is going to keep getting the picture of a spider. What spider is it? What? I don't know why I'm getting this. Okay. A black widow spider. Particularly the Australian redback spiders are famous for eating their mates. I did not know that. They're cannibals. So they're like, thanks, I ate it. Like, I'm telling you, this feels karmic-y. It does feel karmic-y. Now, I am not shading you. I am scared myself. I will hope to goodness that this is all good. Generally, it is the divine feminine going through an evaluation. It is for a bit, and then there's a karmic reckoning of it. And we've got to understand this year we directly had Mars and Saturn join up together, masculines having their rebirth, divine feminine's about to move into that. What happens with Jupiter? Jupiter and Juno, they do their face off. It's like, where are we at here? I don't even know where to go with this. Let's clarify, because I get the context of it. I'm understanding what's going on. I'm like, why is this coming through early? Usually, divine feminines, you will be ahead of the astrology. You're going to be a couple of weeks ahead of the astrology. So some of this was rebirthing in you. Now we have the, hashing a plan or something spiritually coming up for you. This is not about ego, okay? So I would say for those of you that are on the more healthy level of the scale, you're going to be able to understand why this is important, that we do kind of go back. It will feel like a Venus retrograde. And we are reevaluating our connections and even our friendship groups. So I'm hoping no friendship tries to cross us, because that would be messed up. And if they do, guess what? Even considering it is relating to the past, some old wounds can come up relating to that. But yes, that won't go too well for them. Okay, so what do we need to know about this for the divine feminine? We're going to get a close up. We're going to get it. Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at the selling out. You're like, oh, gosh. I do remember looking at the, I had a chat with a friend the other day, and we were talking about the axis of Venus, Libra, and the axis of Aries, which is, you can look at that as masculine and feminine. Now, the thing is, when things are balanced, we're all good. That's both sides. That's masculine and feminine. Sometimes, can we have a part in that? Yes. Okay. Oof. I see you as being very protective. I see you as knowing what you want. I also see you ready to fight, ready to protect yourself, ready to have what you feel is gracefully yours, rightfully yours. There is a bit of a warning, and I would say don't wear yourself out, okay? Be careful with, I would say, especially plastic surgery and things like that between now and next month. Do be careful with that. Don't go to extremes. You're probably even through the Venus retrograde. There's some small pockets for beauty work and things like that. Your style's going to change. You could be seeing something in a person that you knew in a different way. I'm telling you, some of you might cut a friend off. They always say, do not put people on pedestals because they may fail. And nobody's perfect, really. I feel you're going to take a tactical approach. I just really want you to know what's up. I'm so baffled by what I saw. I was like, hell no. Oh, God is upon us already. So this year's going to be a double whammy, because we're also going to have Venus retrograde. So you guys are so going to transform. You are not going to be the same at the end of this year. Not even moving through into the next few decades. You're just not. You're not going to be the same energy. You are determined. You're going to work quietly. You're going to be quiet. You are playing for keeps. You are going for gold. You will assert yourself. And you're also going to have a total image overhaul. But it's like you're forging a plan, and I think that's coming through at the end of this month. And, you might even not know it's psychically coming through. You're preparing for a showdown. We are going to check in with these next week. If you haven't seen the masculine, feminine, mechanic, jump through and take a look. And if you do need a booking to check in how Juno is going to directly impact you in your twin flame connection, jump through and grab a booking ASAP. And if you want to jump into our Sage in a Circle network, we do host our landing page. Sign up online, and I will see you all on the super chats and for the content next week.